Right, the umpires are on the field. As the fielders have already came into the field, Dream 11 required 240 runs to win the game to lift up the fabulous 30 overs tournament season number 5 trophy. Definitely it's going to be a challenging total for them, but still there are some possibilities as these conditions might suit the batters who prefer to play long innings. Things may fall in place if you try to bat convincingly. As you could see, the batters are getting themselves ready. Not going to be an easy task, but for us viewers this might be turning out to be an interesting match to watch out for. There are many interesting batters out there in this tournament, especially for Dream 11 as they were the table toppers. So you could imagine the kind of impact the Dream 11 batters would have made in this tournament. Especially to mention a few, there are batters like Prakash, Ajit, Dinesh, obviously Jacob. There are many batters have contributed to the side in an equal momentum. That will be expected today also, and along with that they're also having batters like Ishwar who might be taking up the momentum. As you can see, Prakash and Ajit were opening together, two crucial batters, and Daniel Raj with the ball gave his support to the side with the bat. Now he's with the ball. As you could see, a lot to do for Ajit and Prakash. Point number 1, focus on the run rate. Point number 2, focus on saving the wickets. That's pretty much important for them. The required run rate is 8.00. Both of these are equally important at this level of cricket. Right, everything is set. Daniel Raj with the ball. Slips in position. Long on in position and deep square leg in position. First ball. Oh, strong shots, but bat comes first. Bat and pad try to invade the stump straight away, and that's why he's having a long on and deep square leg in position, expecting that the batters might go for big shot at any point of time. Though it is a 30 overs tournament, they know what they have to do. They are chasing 240, no room for 170s and 180s. So having that mindset of scoring 240 needs a lot of risky stroke makings. Positive start here. As you could see, the batters were finding ways to score runs on the board. The key factor for such batters is, when you take an example of Madan Shaktivel and Subbu CJ, they would have batted pretty well throughout the tournament. What matters the most is they have batted with the same standard in this big stage. That is most important. Oh, that's taken! The moment we spoke about the key batter's responsibility, Prakash loses his way in the middle. That's wicket number 1. And that's one of the most dependable batter of Dream 11 is walking without scoring. Daniel Raj gets his first one. And no mistake done by the point fielder. 0 for 1 Dream 11. trying to contain things under control. 240 runs required to win the game, with a required run rate of 8.14. Jacob in at number 3. Been a heartbreaking start as they lost Prakash, one of the key batter who performed well throughout the tournament, is unfortunately unavailable. Lost his wicket for this chase. Now Jacob to face his first ball. Been given a concession of a full toss from Daniel Raj. But anyway, there'll always be this double mind confusion while batting second. If the target is 140, you might be having the clarity. But if the target is 240, will you play a 30 overs match or will you play a T20 match? Will you attack or will you defend? That structure must be figured out. Oh, that's moving on to the batter. 2 is the call. Will be just a single. That brings Ajit on strike for the first time in today's innings. Dream 11, 1 for 1. Been a wonderful first over from Daniel Raj. Started things off really well. Catches the call, that beats the fielder, goes past the point fielder and reaches the boundary ropes. First boundary it is. Ajit gets off the mark with that boundary. That's 5 for 1 after the first over. Dream 11. Continues out with the dot ball. This is going out to be different approach altogether. As you could see, Old Monk are trying out with two-way approach. On one end, we've seen a clear-cut pace attack. On the other hand, we are watching the wicketkeeper standing closer to the stumps. Subbu CJ with the ball. Catches the call. Will be just a single. Been such a wonderful innings from Subbu CJ. Beauty is it came in a big stage like finals. They proved why they chose to bat first. They proved that decision perfectly. Now it's all matters. For the next 30 overs, you have to stay disciplined and control your opposition from scoring runs on the board. They were in fact in the third position at the points table. They were not the direct finalists. They have beaten the City side in the eliminator game and qualified themselves to the finals. Old Monk steps out. That's high in the air. Fielders under the ball. And that's taken. Wicket number 2. A beautiful catch taken. And unfortunately, Ajit loses his way in the middle. Little bit of desperation. The intention to go to find the aerial route is not working well for Dream 11. Losing the second wicket. 6 for 2 it is as both the openers gone. that goes past the slip fielder and travels quickly, and this outfield always been a batter's paradise. Goes for boundary. Ishwar gets off the mark with that boundary. This is what the mandatory stuff for batting side. You cannot blame the batters for such decision making. That's why I mentioned early in the innings. While batting second, you may not be sure what needs to be done at the right point of time. You'll be having a pressure. You'll be given a number to chase down. So that freedom to explore the 30 over batting won't be possible if you're chasing a high target. Single to end the over. 2 overs completed, 11 for 2. Thickish outside edge. Good stop from the fielder. He saved 3 runs at that stop. That's not advisable in cricket anyway. Bringing your boots won't be the safest decision. So he might come up with slip number 2, it seems, as this is getting a couple of thickish outside edges. Daniel Raj continues to bowl. One more opportunity. Everything seems to be challenging here. Full of positivity here from Old Monk lineup. They need to focus on run rate as well as a good partnership to come out of this crisis. The current run rate is 5 odd and the required run rate is 8.22. So they have to balance both. You need partnership, but most importantly, you never compromise yourself from scoring runs. Beautiful line and length, just the test match line and length from Daniel Raj, and having slips in position Rajesh Khanna. This is being suspected that there may be a possibility of one more wicket if they have second slip in position. It's quite good under control. Good running between the wickets. As Ishwar clearly understood the situation, and they could go with this formula of one attacks and the other controls. If Ishwar wants to stay back for a very long time, he can expect Jacob to carry on the run rate as run rate is going down. That's the biggest challenge that Dream 11 are having now. Been bowling at the same areas again and again. Same line and length, Daniel Raj. Dot ball to end the over. 3 overs completed, 15 for 2. Plays through the covers, beats the fielders as it goes past the boundary ropes. Wonderful stroke making and Ishwar finding ways to score on the run. And these were flexible stroke makings without risking your wicket to score runs on the board. This is pretty much important at this point of time as Subbu CJ continues out to bowl. Still having slips in position. That shows the kind of confidence that they're having on their bowlers and the style of bowling that they do. Been trying to keep things under control. One more dot ball onto the cards, trying to bowl a quicker delivery. Subbu CJ again and again. The run rate is dipping down. 5.45 is the current run rate, and the required run rate increases to 8.35. That should have been punished. An opportunity, but couldn't get connected with that. Good shot, no chance of that being a single. Good fielding standards here from Old Monk. With just few runs coming off this over. Overall, it's 7 being conceded by Subbu CJ in this over. Cuts it down, and the placement was perfect as it travels and goes past the boundary ropes. Welcome boundary again. Started things off with a boundary and ending this over with a boundary. Ishwar is now carrying forward the chase. 26 for 2 after 4. Big shot. That picks the gap and no chance for the long on fielder to stop that. One bounce boundary it is. This time it comes from Jacob's bat. First boundary for him. Showing some hurry on the chase. Looking out to be a wonderful 30 overs chase. Script is being set. Continues to bowl Daniel Raj. Gave the early breakthrough both the bowlers Subbu and Daniel Raj. Now it's more crucial that not letting the batters to build the partnership. If they try to build the partnership, let them not focus on the run rate. Anyone they have to sacrifice. So the bowling unit's game plan should be focusing on anyone. Not letting them to score or not letting them to stay. If you want to score, go away. Or if you want to stay, don't score. If both happens as of it's happening for the past 1 or 2 overs, scoring boundaries and not losing wickets, this is not going to be a healthy sign for Old Monk bowlers. And current run rate eventually moves to 7.38 now. as he's trying to keep things under control. No chance of that being runs on the board. Good comeback from the bowler after conceding a boundary and a 2 on the very first balls of the over. Long on and deep square leg in position. Intention was to invade the stumps, but Jacob was pretty clear with what he's doing. The head position was on top of the ball that saved his wicket. Swing and a miss. Ishwar is getting the strike after a very long time. Oh, that's pretty closer. Try to invade the stumps again. We'll be just getting a single. 5 overs completed, 35 for 2. Change of end here. 5 overs, 35 for 2. And that brings up a different option to explore. Just bringing up the solidity. Continues out with the dot ball, Subbu CJ. Still having that long on and deep mid wicket in position, expecting the batters might go for big shot at any point of time, and he's pretty careful on what he's doing. Ishwar, as we've seen a couple of times, a certain good deliveries, unexpected deliveries, he managed to defend them really well. Be just a single as he's trying to keep things forward. It's flighting and turning at the right regions. There are a lot of pressure at this point of time. Good shot. Placement was perfect as no man standing at deep. One more time, Ishwar delivers it perfectly. Another boundary for him, and he moves to 20s. This seems to be a well planned chase from Dream 11. They were doing things perfectly and precisely. Another one batter connection as the fielder chases down the ball. 2 is the call from the batter, and they're running back for the second run. Eventually, as it goes to boundary, first time we are watching a misfield from Olmonk. That offers a boundary for them. Back-to-back boundaries it is from Ishwar. Squeezes it to the backward point. No chance of that being a single. It'll be just a dot ball to end the over. That 60 was completed 45 for 2. Change of bowler here. Balakrishnan with the ball now. A left arm spinner. As 2 right-handed batters in the crease. As he's pushing things to find the boundary yards. Both Jacob and Ishwar are planning the innings properly rather than going for blindfolded cricket shots. This is where cricket becomes more of a brain game rather than a physical game. You need to think a lot, you need to plan a lot, and you need to execute a lot. It's not just about watching the ball and hitting the ball. Strong shouts! And couldn't convince the umpire. But this is looking out to be rhythmic bowling from Balakrishnan. Quick left arm spinner. Still having slips in position. Olmonk were having slip in their field positionings. Squeezes it at the point direction. No chance of that being a single. Couple of dot balls in this over. The intention was pretty sure for Ishwar, as he is trying to find boundaries on the offside, rotate singles on the leg side. So defensive on the onside, attacking on the offside. That's the kind of approach that he is showing. But this time the approach changes a little bit. Here it gets just a single. It's not easy to play across against left arm spinners. There are more possibilities of leg before wicket. Oh, that's closer, almost closer. As you could clearly see the turn on the ball. Been doing a wonderful revolution. Just 2 runs conceded in this over, with 1 more to go. dot ball to end the over. That's such a wonderful over from Balakrishnan coming to an end. 7 overs completed, 47 for 2. Strong shout. Subbu CJ continues to bowl. One for 27. Trying to squeeze it behind. No chance of that, going for singles. Oh, swing and a miss. This is what he is expecting for Ishwar. He needs boundaries only at the point region, so he is trying to get that space to score boundary at the point or covers region. This time he got the connection better, and he travels, reaches the boundary ropes, gets the boundary finally, Ishwar, and moves to the 30s. Good pickings finally. It's been a one-way approach from Ishwar here, along with a little bit support from Jacob. Having lost in a situation of losing both the openers early in the innings, this seems to be a decent partnership from Ishwar and Jacob, and they should carry on with the partnership. As we've seen in the first innings, with the way how Madan batted for almost 18 overs, and Subbu CJ batted until the 24th or 23rd over. So that's the kind of stability that every batter should give early in the innings. This time through the covers, an overthrow offers them extra runs, as this turns out to be just a single. With one more to complete this over, 7.5, it's 52 for 2. Single to end the over, 53 for 2. Through the covers for single, trying to get the most precise time as much as he could. 54 for 2. Oh, that's high in the air. Goes behind the wicketkeeper, travels and gets the boundary. Moves to 35 now, Ishwar. Been quite good under control. He alone scored 35 runs, more than the 50% of the team's total Dream 11. They need more such batters to carry on the momentum. This time it's high in the air. Fielder chases down the ball. Good save. Will be just a couple runs. Ishwar is trying to turn the track of this game, but if one wicket falls again, Old Monk will be easily coming back stronger in the game. Plays it through the covers. Good placement as it eventually goes past the boundary ropes. One more boundary to Ishwar and he moves to 40s. A lone warrior knock here from Ishwar. And taking that responsibility in finals. That got closer. Wonderful line and length from Balakrishnan. This is what needs to be done. It's still under the line of control. Dream 11 needs more runs on the board. This time it's high in the air, but no chance for the fielder to stop. Run out opportunity, and that's been missed by Rajesh Khanna. One poor throw. Have costed them an opportunity of wicket. I know 65 for 2. .65 for 2 on strike Ishwar. New bowler here, Punniwalavan. Good stop and control over there. Still the run rate is in control as the intent of Ishwar is unstoppable, but still they need yet more improvement in the run rate. That got quite closer from Punniwalavan. 2 left arm spinners now. Catches the call. Oh, that moves a bit away from the point fielder. Will be just a single. 66 for 2, which is 3 more to complete this over. Beautiful delivery, just turning the ball for the proper revolution. Punniwalavan an interesting left arm spinner to watch out for. And Jacob have been playing his second fiddle for a very long time, and he seems to be pretty satisfied with that approach. Just 2 runs coming off this over with one more to go. Catch is the call. That fell short of the fielder. Will be just a single to end the over. 68 for 2, Dream 11. Jaya, the new bowler, another left arm spinner, but this time he brings up the breakthrough. The crucial wicket is gone. Ishwar have lost his wicket, 44 of 33 runs, but it was an incoming delivery from Jaya. He would have not expected that at this point of time. 68 for 3, Dream 11. Change of bowling works here for Monk. Dinesh Vijay, the new batter. And he came and he departs as that one brings two happens here as Dinesh Vijay came in, couldn't make any impact, walking back to the pavilion without scoring. Jaya gets another one. That's 68 for 4 now, Dream 11. That brings on a hat-trick for Jaya. Look at the field positioning. First slip, second slip, silly fielding, short leg, on a hat-trick Jaya. And that's been taken care. Khanna, the new batter, in at number 6. Interesting to see such gutsy approaches from the bowling side. Oil Monk. Long on, long off, sweeper cover. Deep mid wicket and deep square leg in position for Jaya. Khanna on strike. This is a beautiful angle from Jaya. He's trying to invade the stumps, angling in deliveries. That's where we've seen Ishwar lost his way in the middle. Played through the covers, misfield as the fielders chasing down the ball. Will be just a couple of runs on the board. .73 for 4, 167 required of 115 to win the game. With just one more to complete this over. Single to end the over, 74 for 4. Ponnivalavan continues to bowl. No chance of that being a single. Good field positioning here from Dream 11, from Old Monk. Oh, that's edged, but goes between the wicketkeeper and the slip fielder. We'll be getting a couple of runs on the board. The possibilities of picking wickets have been so crucial in the game. The run rate is dipping down 6.71. Now Jacob has to take up that responsibility. Moves for the single. Just a few singles and twos coming in the middle. The only batter who took the responsibility was Ishwar. Once he lost his wicket, we couldn't see much of boundaries coming on the board. The run rate is getting down. Strong shout from the wicketkeeper. He was pretty confident. The fingers goes up. The batter was not satisfied with the decision, but the fingers gone up as Jacob has to depart. Sure signs of disappointment from Jacob and Kanna as they were not satisfied with the decision. But anyway, Ponnivalan gets his first wicket, 78 for 5, Dream 11. Oh, that's quite close. A new batter, Kishore, in at number 7 for Dream 11. Twelve overs completed, 78 for 5. Trying to play it through the covers. $78 for 5. That's quite good under control as he is trying to keep things with the proper momentum. Solid cricket stroke makings, as you could see some classic stroke makings from both the batters. But what matters a lot is the stability to make it a long innings, the temperament to have the same mindset throughout the innings, and the strike rate matters a lot at this point of time since you're chasing a mammoth target. Yet to get off the mark, Kishore. Got off the mark with that single Kishore. That brings back Kanna on strike. Kishore or Kanna, any of these batters must focus on getting a secure total. Into the back foot and found the fielder at the deep mid wicket. One more wicket on the cards. Jaya gets his third one. You cannot blame the shot, but he couldn't cover the distance. Kanna disappointedly walking back to the pavilion. It's 80 for 6, Dream 11. $80 for 6. That starts with a dot ball. Manikuttan. That's 13 overs completed. 80 for 6. $80 for 6. Ponnivalavan continues to bowl. Kishore on strike. You could see attacking field positionings. 2 slips in place. And not the right line and length to bowl when you have 2 slips in position. Inviting the batter onto the front foot might fetch you an opportunity to get a wicket. That's a big shot. Got the connection. And that's a huge sixer. This is what pretty much important at this point of time. Kishore understood the situation, and this is how you have to reply your answers to such attacking field positionings. You cannot be answerable to such field positionings all the time with defensive approaches. But I don't see that confidence got drained out. Still having 2 slips in position. Cover fielder standing as close as possible. This time goes past the wicket keeper, and no chance of fielders to stop that. Boundary it is. A sixer and a boundary. 10 runs of 2 deliveries. The intent of going hyper attacking have been in vain now. Would they change the field positioning? Obviously. Only 1 slip in position now. They're having a point in place. Covers fielder standing short. And extra covers in position. But Kishore would have gained a lot of confidence now. Dream 11. Been a refreshing over for them after losing a couple of wickets in the middle overs. The wicket of Ishwar have made them to fumble in the middle. Getting off the mark with that single, Manikuttan have a lot of responsibility, both the batters, to keep moving forward. Strong shouts as the wicketkeeper tried his best. 92 for 6 after 14. .92 for 6. Starting off with just a single. 148 runs required from 96 balls. Will Jaya end up with a 5-4? He needs to reach that number. He is the man who changed the context of the game completely by picking back-to-back wickets, and more crucial thing is Ishwar is one among them. Beautiful execution, a reverse sweep under control that gets the boundary here. Kishore is now taking care of this innings. He did really good job with the ball. Now he's doing it with his bat. Goes over the bowler's head, and nobody could stop that going for boundary. One bounce boundary it is, and that brings up 100 up here for Dream 11 in style. As controlled as possible from Kishore, keeping the hopes alive here for Dream 11. Just a single so far, 10 runs coming off this over with one more to go. 102 for 6 as of now. Couldn't get the connection better. Has that gone past the batter? Wide offered by the on-field umpire. With one more to complete this over. The prime bowler is being attacked by Kishore. Misfield. Bit of lethargic approach at the covers, offered an extra single to end the over. That's 15 overs completed, 104 for 6. 136 required of 90 balls halfway through the second innings. 4 wickets in hand. Need 136, 90 balls to complete the game. And there is a change of bowling here. Ilamugil with the ball. Which means they have to go with a pace of 9 runs per over. That may keep them with proper fuel that they require. This offered extra runs. Wonderful running between the wickets. 2 runs been taken over there. Trying to come out of that crisis. Manikuttan and Kishore building the partnership for the next level for Dream 11. Pushing hard for the second run. Wonderful running between the wickets. This is pretty much important at this point of time. Ilamugil is turning the ball really well. Before shifting up the gears, they might be setting themselves solid in the crease. Dot ball to end the over. There's 4 runs coming off the over. 108 for 6. Continues out to bowl Ponniwalavan. Jaya's getting some break in the middle. 3 overs, 1 for 19. Oh, had a mighty turn that had been. Completely misses the angle. Tried to play it across Kishore. Been interesting to watch out for with the way how they're going to build this partnership to the winning run. As you could see, most of the boundaries came on the offside. Speaking about that, there is a misfield offered extra runs on the board. Scoring boundaries on the leg side have been quite low in this innings, especially at the point and covers regions where the batters have preferred to score boundaries in the regular interval of time. Scoreboard moves to Nelson. 1-1-1 for 6. Will that bring any magic to the game? So much of sweep shots. Just keeping things under control. Four runs coming off this over with 1 more to complete this over. 112 for 6. Dream 11. It seems like they are losing their way in the middle slowly. Dot ball to end the over. That's 112 for 6. Starts off with the dot ball. Ilamugil continues out the ball. He's bowling at the same range, way outside the off stump and turning the ball. Maybe stepping out by moving across might be working formula, but that must be done with careful measures. And going. Oh, that's a misfield. And now for the boundary. This is not the first time it's happening at the same region. We've seen a couple of misfields today. That must be very carefully approached. And speaking about scoring boundaries, going over the bowler's head will be a good approach against spinners. Just step out and reach the length of the ball and go over the bowler's head. This is the one-way winning formula. As things were quite good under control. Another 124 runs required to win the game. Good connection over there as he's trying to keep things under control. ...123 runs required from 74 to win the game. These were little spaces that were pushing them under pressure. No room for the batters to extend their arms. Wonderful deliveries from Ilamugil. One more excellent over coming to an end. 7 runs coming off the over. That's 119 for 6. Starts off with the dot ball. Oh, that's quite closer. Ponni Valavan is trying to invade the stumps. This seems out to be quite good under pressure. Manikuttan and Kishore are slowly building their innings. The partnership is slowly rising, but the required run rate moves more than 10 runs per over. Steps out. Couldn't reach the length of the ball as it's already at the reach of the batter if he stood at the crease. This shows the kind of desperation that Manikuttan is now having. Couldn't see any signs of impactful stroke makings as the left arm spinners and off spinners were trying to dominate the innings. This is because of the scoreboard pressure. 120 scored, 120 needed with 4 wickets in hand. And just 12 more overs. In fact, 11 more overs. It's definitely taking things closer. Strong shouts. Will be just a single, just 2 runs coming off the over. That's 19 completed, 121 for 6. Swings and misses out. Almost got closer. Shocking sign is looking at the way how Kishore tried to go for that shot. He's just blindfoldedly swinging his bat. Disappointed with no options that he had to score boundaries. Required of 64 balls. Catches the call as it fell short of the fielder. Long way. Been becoming just a simple game as the batters are trying to survive but couldn't create much impact. In terms of expecting the results, surely Old Monk are in the driver's seat. Pushing it hard over there. You could clearly see the signs of the batter's body language. They need to increase the run rate. They were expecting to increase the run rate, but the execution of always falling on strike rotation. Safe and secured batting approaches won't work at this point of time. One have to take up that responsibility of going for big shots, risky stroke makings. Just 3 runs so far coming off this over. With one more to complete, Mani Kuttan on strike. Been a wonderful spell so far from Ilamugil. Catches the call as the fielders chasing down the ball, and no chance for them to stop that going for the boundary. A boundary after very long time. 128 for 6 after 20 overs. Dream 11. Now 112 required of the last 10 overs. .128 for 6. A kind warning to the batter. Non-striker. Jaya back into the attack. 3 for 20 as of now. It's not easy to go against such bowlers. Picked up 3 wickets. 27 of 23 Kishore. All hopes on him along with Manikuttan. Tikish outside edge. There were previous over where Jaya had 2 slips in position, on which we've never seen any edge going behind. That's how it happens. That's how it used to be. The batters will become more cautious when you have slips in position. You won't get much of edges happening. Couple of dot balls over there again. 1-1-1 required of 58 balls as of now. Full toss goes over the bowler's head. Not much better connection as the fielder in position. Will be just a single. Beautiful deliveries. Jaya is bowling from both the hands. That's interesting to watch out for with the way how he is bowling. Left arm spinner as well as right arm leggy. "21 overs completed, 130 for 6. "130 for 6. Last 9 overs. Subbu CJ back into the attack. Long on, deep mid wicket and deep square leg in position. Sweeper cover and long off in position. A typical T20 field positioning. Still having that cautious approaches. Old Monk. They're not at all having that mindset of, okay, we've done the job today. It's not finished until it is finished. But just going for singles. Couldn't make much impact more than that. Oh, that got quite closer as it goes past the wicket keeper. And lucky runs coming forward. They get boundary over that. That's 139 for 6 now. This is how the boundary is coming here. We didn't saw much of maximums. We didn't saw much of confident stroke makings going for boundary after Ishwar's dismissal. Both Kishore and Manikuttan were trying to steal runs here and there, but that's not mandatory at this point of time. The required run rate is 12.60. Starts off with a single over there. Squeezes through the covers, couldn't get much connection over there. As it goes past the wicket keeper, will be getting a couple of runs over there. Steps out and misses down. And the opportunity have also been put down. This is quite good under control. Everyone were laughing over that. 22.1, 138 for 6. Good work from Jaya anyway with the ball. Two is the call that eventually goes for boundary. These were half efforts from the fielder. Should have tried a little bit so that he could have stopped the boundary. Been trying to attack the bowler Kishore. Just one more over to complete his spell for Jaya. Picked up 3 wickets in his very first 2 overs. The last 2 overs have been dry phases for him. Steps out. This time no mistakes done behind the stumps. Good work by the wicketkeeper. That's Manikuttan losing his way in the middle. 25 of 30 balls. Jaya gets his 4th wicket. 143 for 7 Dream 11. What a catch! Excellent take! This is what they've been waited right from the beginning of this innings. Having Rajesh Khanna at the slips have paid them off now. Madan came in but couldn't make any impact in the game and walking back to the pavilion with that. That brings 5-4 here for Jaya. Gets his 5th wicket. The first 2 have been back to back and the last 2 have been back to back. 5 for 27. It's 143 for 8. Dream 11. 143 for 8. 22.5 overs, Dream 11. As Venkat, the new batter, in at number 10 for Dream 11. Such a wonderful performance with the ball. Jaya, 3 wickets as a left arm spinner, 2 wickets as a right arm leg spinner. Now look at this field positioning. It reminds us of those great Aussies during the peak period of Ricky Ponting and Steve Waugh. 2 slips, gully, silly fielders, and that got quite closer. Just the mood transforms into Test cricket. That's 23 overs completed, 143 for 8. .143 for 8. Big shot goes over the bowler's head and reaches the boundary. One bounce boundary it is. 147 for 8. Subbu CJ bowls his final over. Into the 40s now. Another big shot catches the call. And no chance for the long on fielder to catch that. That's a maximum from Kishore. He moves to 48. And 150 up here for Dream 11. 153 for 8. Kishore is still fighting back. Still carrying the hopes. Will there be any possibilities of this game scores changing? Anything might happen in modern day cricket. We have to wait and watch. Bit of expensive spell here from Subbu CJ. Bowled the power play really well, but his middle overs and death overs have been expensive. Quicker. Catches the call, but no chance for the fielder to stop that. That's 50 up here for Kishore. 52 of just 35 deliveries. A lone warrior knock from this man. After the wicket of Ishwar, the team have struggled a lot, but this man stood his chin up and keeping the hopes forward. This is turning out to be an expensive over. 14 runs coming off this over. Good stop from the fielder. Will be just a single. And this man will be keeping the strike back for the next over. If the next ball was a dot ball or a 2 or a 4. .158 for 8. That's high in the air and taken. Easy pickups for the fielder, and Jaya gets wicket number 6. And the big man is gone now. Kishore, 53 of 36. Such a wonderful fight from this man is now coming to an end. A lone warrior knock gets into the climax. The celebration have already started among the Old Monk group, as this is wicket number 9, 158 for 9, Dream 11. Arvind Balaji, the new batter, number 11 batter, and Jaya bowls his last over. Such a wonderful bowling performance. It all started with Ishwar's wicket. So far 6 wickets on his name. Oh, another closer delivery. All fielders standing as close as possible. As you could see, slips, gully, short covers. Just 2 more to complete this over. Oh, that's quite closer. As Arvind Balaji is trying to find gaps. Will it become 7 for 27? Or is it going to be 6 wickets on his name? Last ball for Jaya. Completes his spell for 6 for 27. Such a wonderful numbers. 3 wickets as a left arm spinner, 3 wickets as a right arm leg spinner. Overall it's 158 for 9 after 28 overs, Dream 11. $158 for 9. Last 5 overs. Babu, the new bowler with the ball, seems like they were experimenting certain things by giving overs to the secondary bowlers. 82 of 30 balls. Yet to get off the mark, both the batters, Venkat and Arvind Balaji. The number seems to be a little bit difficult, as it is almost the game of Old Monk. That's high in the air. Goes over the bowler set. Good connection, goes for boundary. And he gets off the mark with that boundary, Venkat. Such an excellent stroke making as he's trying to keep things under control. Pulls the ball and picks the gap as the placement looks out to be perfect. No chance for that going for boundary as the fielder stops it. Those things were quite good under control. Seems like good batter, Venkat. His connection seems to be perfect. Finds the middle of the blade. But the situation that demands from him is way too high. That needs to be shared by the rest of the batters too. Few batters did really well, but he needs more of focused control on the run rate. Quite good under control. Yet to get off the mark, Arvind Balaji, with just 2 more to complete this over. Dot ball to end the over. That's 166 for 9. One more to end this over, in fact. As Babu continues to bowl. 167 for 9. The required run rate is 17.52, which may not be the number that they would have expected. Dream 11 have lost only one game in the tournament. They were the table toppers, but in such big stages things will happen differently. The one who performs well on big occasions could make it happen. Old Monk were at the 3rd position in the points table, beaten up City at the eliminator, now getting closer to the victory of lifting up the trophy of fabulous 30 overs cricket tournament season number 5 by beating up the table toppers Dream 11. 26 overs completed, 169 for 9. Slips and leg slips in position. Full toss delivery, punished hard as they had a man in deep. Will not be going for single. As Venkat wanted to take the strike back to finish things. Ravi, the new bowler, into the attack. Oh, that's clean bowled. Ravi gets the wicket, and that's the end of this innings. Dream 11 are losing all their batters for 169 runs. And that's how this wonderful tournament, fabulous 30 overs cricket tournament, season number 5 is coming to an end. As Old Monk, who came at the 3rd position in the points table by beating up City in eliminator, now they have beaten the table toppers Dream 11 in the big final to lift up the trophy of fabulous 30 overs league season number 5. Exceptional performance from Old Monk, especially with the way how Jaya bowled with 2 hands, 6 wickets on his name by beating up the important wicket of Kishore and obviously Mani Kuttan were the only batters who carried the hopes. At the end of the day, it's not enough for them to reach out 240. They're losing out by a difference of 70 runs to Old Monk. So that's the news from the centre. The champion of the fabulous 30 overs cricket season number 5 is Old Monk Cricket Club by beating up by a difference of 70 runs against Dream 11. That's the news from the centre. Catch you on the post-match presentation.